In the coming days, my administration will work with the leadership of the legislature to ensure new Banking Act is passed into law. Amendment and Restated Payment Act System Act. An amendment and Restated Payment System Act is currently being reviewed by my administration. The act, when passed into law, will help strengthen the means of mobile payments across platforms and enhance the drive towards cashless society. Liberia Insurance Regulatory Commission Act. The Central Bank of Liberia is working on a draft Liberia Insurance Regulatory Commission Act, which is currently being shared with stakeholders for their input, following which it will be submitted for passage into law. We are also working on a draft bill for the National Health Insurance Scheme for Liberia. This scheme is intended to reduce out-of-pocket costs for citizens and have access to affordable and quality health care. The Paris Agreement, 2015 Paris Agreement, changed our environment in a way of life is becoming obvious by the day, which is why we must join the rest of the world. I call on the legislature to work with us to begin looking at the Paris Agreement, including the carbon market, to ensure our national interest is protected. The list of protocols, conventions, and other instruments will be forwarded to you for consideration and appropriate action. Road infrastructure development. Expanding and improving road network in our country remains a top priority for our administration. While there has been some progress in the road transport sector during the review period, there remain considerable challenges in the road development. Mr. Vice President, Senator, Speaker, the Honorable Legislature, ladies and gentlemen, the total paved road on our national network amount to 1,131.1 kilometers, representing 8.7% of the 13,000 kilometer road network we need. This fact underscores considerable challenges in road infrastructure and the urgent need to fund road development in our country. With associate assistance from friendly partners, the country made notable progress in paving some primary roads, including the corridors, the Banga to Salaye, the Ganta to Sakripi, the Ganta to Yekepa, and the Sanagri to Lukasi. In addition, as of now, 37.7% of work on the ELBA to RIA road project has been accomplished. To access all county capitals, my government will work to alleviate the problem faced by commuters using these primary roads, especially during the rainy season. The situation also causes major impediments to the economic development of our people, as these primary routes are major economic corridors to all parts of the country. The restoration of county road maintenance stations will be a key deliverable. This is why we have commissioned a no car stop in the mall 100-day delivery. To make all major primary roads flyable. Our flagship road delivery program will include the Freeport to the St. Paul Greek Road. Having received funding through the government of Japan, will begin construction of Japan is expected to provide funds to expand the Gabriel Tucker Bridge to 4 lanes. The government has planned for the conduct of feasibility study for the expansion of the Freeport to St. Paul Bridge corridor. My government will allocate funds to complete the 6.5 kilometer Freeport to St. Paul Bridge Road. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Madam Pro Tempore, honorable legislators, my government will ensure the funding from the National Road Fund is utilized to maintain and rehabilitate roads for the good of our public. Through the contribution of Liberians, who pay their fuel levies from every gallon of gasoline or fuel, and the construction of new community roads. The honorable legislators, I would like you to join me in extending sincere gratitude to our development partners, which include the European Union, the European Investment Bank, the World Bank, the United States Agency for International Development, the UK Aid, the German government, KfW, and GIC. I would like to also thank our Arab partners, including the Saudi Fund, the Kuwaiti Fund, Badia, as well as the Japanese government and Jakarta, the Swedish government, the Chinese government, and this China Aid program, the Norwegian government, the Indian government, the African Development Bank, FDB, and ECOWAS, for their many contributions to our infrastructure development. Foreign policy. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Madam President Pro Tempore, members of the legislature, as a founding member of the most continental and multilateral institution, we will continue to honor our obligations. Liberia continues to foster cordial relationships with other countries in the community of nations and maintains its current membership with multilateral organizations like the United Nations, ECOWAS, Mara River Union, and the African Union. We will continue to pursue a policy of good neighborliness as we remain in peaceful coexistence with our immediate neighbors. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Madam Pro Tempore, honorable legislators, as a nation with a proud history of regional leadership, our standing among the Community of Nations is undermined when we fail to meet our obligation as a sovereign state. Therefore, it is imperative to reclaim our standing in the Community of Nations. My government will work with the legislature to ensure arrears are settled. The civil service. There's an estimated 70,000 employees, including appointed officials in the government of Liberia. These command a total wage bill of $300 million annually. The growth in the size of government has not been proportional to the growth in the revenue, the efficiency and effectiveness of our government. This means that wage continue to consume a sizable portion of the total budget, strangulating service delivery in all initiatives and obligations of the government. So, the government faces the situation of stunted growth and non-investment in the lives of the people. To make the government more effective and efficient, we must focus on public service delivery. The people, not the government, must come first. Health. Health and sanitation remain a major priority of our government. In the health sector, my government will prioritize the following: the availability of needed medical supplies and logistics in all public health institutions throughout the length and breadth of the nation. Regular, efficient, and robust monitoring and evaluation of health services in the country to accelerate the reduction of maternal and newborn mortality. The establishment of regional diagnostic centers, regulation of healthcare and pharmaceutical institutions in the country, and international standards. Our recent experience in Ebola and COVID-19 requires our full support in treating national public health with utmost importance in Liberia as it relates to the emergency preparedness and response. This requires a more coordinated way of building a more resilient health infrastructure to address current health challenges and future health shocks. Honorable legislatures, the drug epidemic, especially the use of kush, in our country is a substantial threat, eating away the future of our children and the country. We must stand up and face this national security risk together. Given the need for immediate action to make good my pledge to the thousands of families burdened by this crisis, I am hereby declaring drug and substance abuse as a public health emergency. In this direction, I am establishing a multi-sectorial steering committee comprising the following agencies: the Ministry of Health, the chair; Ministry of Justice, co-chair; Ministry of Human Sport, member; Ministry of Gender, Children, Social Protection, member; Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, member; Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, member. In this fight, me and my vice president will be the first to take drug tests Ted, and I urge all others to follow them. Education. Education remains a beacon of hope. But our educational system has been a downward spiral over the years, leaving countless Liberian children without the tools that they need to build a better tomorrow. It is a problem we must confront head-on. Education is not a privilege, it is a fundamental right. We cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that a significant portion of our population is struggling with the lack of access to quality education. And there is no other way that we can genuinely seek to successfully fight poverty without the provision of quality education to our people. Starting now, my administration is making a steadfast commitment to revitalize our educational system. We invest in education infrastructure and provide adequate resources. In this, we crave your support. Good governance. Honorable legislators, our commitment to good governance is unwavering. Transparency, accountability, rule of law will guide our actions. We will fight corruption and build institutions that serve our people's interests. Each citizen is a government that can truly serve the needs of its people. Mr. Vice President, President of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, members of the legislature, our justice system is meant to protect the innocent and punish the guilty. Has been marred by inefficiency, corruption, and lack of public trust. I am counting on this honorable body to pass effective legislation and support financial appropriation that will help us to win the fight against corruption. Anyone caught in an act of corruption will feel the full weight of the law with swift and non-discriminatory enforcement. Democratic elections. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Madam President Pro Tempore, and honorable legislators, we have had a successive peaceful transfer of power, establishing our credentials in emerging democracy following the Civil War. But while we proudly celebrate this achievement, we are not oblivious to the bottlenecks that regularly attend our elections and mark the electoral process. One of the vexing problems we noted during our past elections is voter registration and the associated logistical problem, which tend to frustrate and anger voters in political parties. My government will strengthen the National Identification Registry to build the needed capacity to be able to capture the comprehensive biometric data needed to feed all agencies, including the National Election Commission. In addition, my government will begin to review and implement electoral reform laws. The diaspora. Mr. President of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, members of the legislature, our Liberian brothers and sisters in the diaspora are an integral part of this nation. They are the extension of our national pride. They share in our nation's happiness and sadness. They are readily responsive to the needs of family members and friends in times of difficulty. Liberians in the diaspora have a stake in the future of Liberia, and my administration will be intentional about ensuring that their stake in Liberia is fully honored. I have therefore proposed an annual diaspora conference on the national development. I commend the acts of the 54th legislature and the past administration for their action to remove the unfair burden of citizenship against Liberians who have chosen to explore opportunities in other parts of the world. I am glad that the slogan, once Liberian, always Liberian, now have we will establish a clear and predictable policy, a link where diaspora Liberians can play more meaningful roles in the Liberian future. The nation lost some of the prominent citizens during the year in review. Special condolences go to the families of the victims of the tanker explosion in Tulsa, Bond County. Among those who have joined our ancestors are former Assistant Minister Mr. Victor Daniel Kweku, 90 years, Ambassador Hannah Abielu Jones, 89 years, Commissioner James Jordan McGill, Sr., 86 years, Deputy Minister Dr. Edward Imba Goba, 78 years, Senator Daniel Nathan of Baku County, and former Deputy Speaker Hans Bachu of Lancaster County. We also mourn all those who lost their lives during the just ended legislative presidential election. A fuller list will be published. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Pro Tem, and honorable members of the legislature, the state of our nation is in distress, but the hope of our people is alive. We have all it takes to overcome the burdens we have imposed on ourselves. Nothing we cannot overcome as a people. This is why I ask all of you representatives of our people to join me to do the business of the Liberian people by not doing business as usual. The time for mindset shift is now. We must be selfless in our service to bring about the change the Liberian people are yearning for. Again, I challenge you to join me to think Liberia, love Liberia, and do it. I will thank you. May God bless the words of our hands and save the state.